got to right now because the money gone.
So the money's really gone.
Yeah.
6 apartment buildings, stating that they are all his properties with no partners involved.
He Floyd, like we got issues over. Hey, he's still best fighter out there. Until somebody beat him, that's who he is.
You think he should step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money gone.
So the money's really gone.
That's what you think. His fight, get the money, spend the money, fight. And then he took more than 2 years.
It didn't happen overnight. Floyd Mayweather didn't just wake up broke one day. This $402 million collapse? It's been a long time coming.
You know what's crazy? People are always in my fucking business, worried about what I'm doing. What Floyd is doing, what Floyd ain't doing, what I do got, what I don't got. Just know, I'm gonna stay in my lane, I ain't gonna fuck with nobody, and I don't want nobody fucking with me. If I go on vacation, my fault. When I go on vacation for 30 days, I take 30 watches with me. But you know what? You know what? What's crazy is this. If we add 10 more days, I take 10 more watches. But then I'll say, fuck it. If I want to bring out the one and only, then I'll bring out the watch that costs 18 million. Matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do for you motherfucking haters today? I'm gonna go fuck off $50,000 because I ain't got shit else to do. Money made. All motherfucking day.
And now, the man who claims he saw it all coming, the one person who literally handled Floyd's money, is breaking his silence.
Just residences making 100, 200 grand here or there, $50,000 not going to affect. But for those large investors, obviously that's becoming very concerning because if you've got a building, big mall or something else, it could be worth, $100 million. All of a sudden you've got a $10 million profit on there that's now going to be taxed at 37.
On a tiny podcast with less than 2,000 followers, Floyd's former personal accountant dropped a bombshell nobody expected. His words? I begged him to look at the numbers. He ghosted me. That one line shook the boxing world, and now it's time to break down how Floyd Mayweather, Mr. Money himself, went from flashing $100 bills on Instagram to being investigated, iced out, and possibly completely broke.
That's who he is. That's who he's a lowlife. And that's who he is. I mean, that's exactly what Floyd is. I mean, look, me and Canelo are having the last laugh. Canelo is gonna enjoy his lucrative contract. He's gonna fight the very best, unlike Floyd. Waits for fighters to either be over the hill or too young, the way he fought Canelo when he was too young. But look, hey, if Floyd really wants to fight, if he really wants to come out of...
Let's go back to where it all really started. Floyd's accountant, David Langston, explained that around late 2021, the IRS had started sending notices of liens due to unpaid taxes from Floyd's international exhibitions and real estate transfers. The total owed? Over $18.4 million.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about it. We're gonna get through this. That's tough because if anybody know about business, you don't keep that type of money in just regular account. So I had to wire the money from somewhere. Okay. So I wired the money to the account, and when I wired it to the account, I went straight to the bank. I go to the bank myself to make sure shit get done. Because the thing is this, I can't make all the money unless somebody else do all the dictating and do all the controlling. Yeah.
Here's where it gets wild. In early 2023, Floyd was approached by a group of Dubai-based investors pitching what they called RealCoin DXB, a supposed real estate-backed cryptocurrency that would revolutionize property ownership in the Middle East. It was fake, the whole thing. According to Langston, he warned Floyd repeatedly, it didn't pass any audits, no licenses, no regulation. I told him, this is a scam in a Gucci suit.
If you believe in yourself, like you say you believe in yourself, bitch your whole fight check, you bitch.
But Floyd, hungry for another headline and an international flex, dumped $94 million into it. And then, poof, the coin disappeared from all exchanges by October. The founders vanished. No refunds, no legal recourse. That was the biggest single financial hit Floyd ever took, but it was far from the only one.
I sit here with sadness today to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather.
Langston also opened up about something fans have always speculated, but never got confirmed from someone this close: Floyd's gambling habit. There were nights he'd text me receipts of $2 million bets, just to flex. The next morning, he'd call me panicked, asking how much he could move from his offshore.
Ball, ball, ball.
No, you gotta show me the ball first.
Ball. Keep your eyes on the ball. You lose.
Ready.
Always win. I'm gonna do
Ready.
something butt naked before they be in bed. Where is that right now? Where is that?
This gonna be your 100, cause I'm gonna blow his page up with this one. No, I got you.
Get him.
That's why.
According to Langston, the problem wasn't that Floyd gambled, it's that he chased his losses and hid them from everyone else. Between late 2022 and early 2024, Floyd reportedly lost over $72 million betting on everything from boxing to NFL to underground poker tournaments in Macau. And no one said a word publicly, because he paid them all to stay silent. But behind closed doors, the books were bleeding.
The most you've ever won in a single bet?
I'm probably 1.2, 1.3.
Yeah,
That's about right. That's about right.
You know, I mean, I've won. It's more like when you're betting, you can win 600,000, a million, 400,000, 500,000, 600,000. You can win 7 games straight. But then when you lose a million, you're like, man.
What's the most you've ever lost on a bet?
Probably a million.
Oh.
Who was that? What was it?
Tony Romo.
Now, this is where things get real messy. You know how Floyd always bragged about paying his taxes after the fights? Like when he owed the IRS over $22 million in 2015 and just casually wrote a check after the Pacquiao fight? Well, Mark says those habits didn't stop, even when the mega fights did.
I really am disappointed. The thing is that Floyd is what they call an independent contractor. And what happens is that when you become an independent contractor, Skip, if you make $230 million, they give you 2 checks or a check for $230 million. It is up to you to take out the deduction and make sure state, federal, and whatever else needs to be deducted is paid to the Internal Revenue Service. Floyd, you made $230, and I get it, Skip. I can just imagine.
According to him, the IRS had placed multiple secret liens on Floyd's assets starting as early as 2021. These weren't made public right away, but they were stacking, and Floyd kept dodging every attempt to resolve them.
How does that guy not pay taxes? How do the people around him, how do the lawyers that I'm sure that he employs, the financial people that are probably running his life, telling him to stop spending $1 million a day, how do they not deal with his taxes?
Well, listen. He apparently had a tough time reading the thing, as they say. Like he didn't know what he couldn't read like.
That's BS.
Something.
That is BS.
They said something.
Time out. He is paying. I'm sure he's got a litany of people in his world.
I happen to agree.
Financial management people.
You think so?
You know, how long before he's suing somebody for mismanagement of funds? You know that's happening.
You'd certainly think so. By the way, they announced, I'll get your calls in a second, they did announce the pricing for Mayweather McGregor. $100 for a high def, $90 for standard def. So there you go. So it's exactly what the Mayweather Pacquiao fight was. $100 pay-per-view.
The final nail in the coffin? Floyd's massive $402 million real estate investment. In March 2025, Floyd proudly took to Instagram to flaunt his boldest investment yet. 62 multi-family buildings across Upper Manhattan, Morningside Heights, and Harlem. containing over 1,000 rental apartments and dozens of retail storefronts.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
You don't point like this because all of them. We're in New York City right now. We're in Manhattan. That's what we do. All this money names. No partners. All by myself. Over 1,000 apartments. I'm just getting started. Into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings, all belong to me.
He bragged to his 30 million followers that he bought the entire portfolio solo, without any partners, boasting that it would rake in hundreds of millions in monthly rental income.
Well, that's what I invested in from the beginning. My first investment was real estate.
It's like a lot of those idiots out there that make a ton of money as athletes and then lose it all and go broke. Floyd made $250 million and is investing most of it in commercial real estate. That is smart.
But behind the filters and flexing, insiders were already panicking. According to his ex-accountant, Langston, Floyd over-leveraged himself, pumping the full $402 million into the properties without building any financial safety net. He passed on hiring institutional-grade managers, claiming he knew how to run a business, and instead made all executive decisions himself, including setting aggressive rent prices that drove tenants away.
Disappointed with me, Skip. Floyd Mayweather has gone through this before. What is it that you don't get? And I'm even more disappointed because you're on Instagram and on Twitter flaunting your opulence. You got bales and bales of money. You might have 30, 40 racks up in front of you. You got Bugattis and Enzo Ferraris and private jets and yacht, and you big balling. And you won't cut these people their money? Now, Skip, I believe that he would have taken this fight anyway. It's hard to turn down $200, $300 million, Skip. But it looks to me that a major driving force between him, because I always thought it was Conor that wanted to fight. He wanted the big payday.
Yep.
But deep down, Floyd needed this payday because he got to settle the score. And let me tell you how the IRS works, Skip.
Do you have experience?
I have experience with them.
Okay.
Experience. What they like to do, if you owe them, they're not going to send you a letter right away. They like that thing to occur.
On top of that, several of the buildings required urgent renovations to meet New York housing codes, repairs Floyd refused to pay for. By April 2025, violations, lawsuits, and unpaid contractor fees began stacking up. Reports surfaced that banks were quietly reviewing the portfolio's loan terms, and by May, several properties were already in pre-foreclosure. That was it, Langston said. We tried to warn him.
I mean, Floyd Mayweather, in this article, it states that he's spending $402 million in real estate investment in a 1,000-unit affordable housing portfolio in Upper Manhattan. The portfolio includes over 60 buildings and is one of the city's largest real estate deals of the year.
Wow. Well, thank you, Floyd Mayweather, for investing into New York real estate.
But once the New York properties started bleeding money, everything else followed. The Dubai losses, the IRS liens, the frozen assets, it all came crashing down.
You live an American dream, man. You got 55 cars, 40 girlfriends.
Well, actually,
You're a billionaire now, right? Come on, let's salute this billionaire on stage.
But how many years ago you was broke? When I say broke, you ain't have a lot of money. You was just barely making it.
Today, I ran all the way here.
Why?
Because I could even buy a bus ticket.
That's crazy.
But you still had 55 cars.
No, I don't.
What happened?
Well, I bought myself some crack.
Dang.
And then more crack.
Absolutely.
Clap it up.
It wasn't just Floyd making reckless moves. It was the people around him, too.
He could have rode off into the sunset 49-0. In Instead, this is my first time in a boxing ring. And in 6 weeks, I run boxing.
Langston says the team Floyd built around him post-retirement was filled with yes men, sketchy offshore brokers, and advisors who weren't even licensed in the U.S. He trusted these dudes from Instagram more than he trusted professionals. I'd ask for names, credentials. He'd tell me, they're plugged in, don't worry.
Yeah, I feel good. I'm 40, but I look 20. And you act 10. Yeah.
These plugged-in advisors helped Floyd move millions through offshore LLCs in the Bahamas, Malta, and Dubai. At first, it was for tax breaks, but over time, they started siphoning money, bleeding small percentages off each transaction. And by the time Langston realized what was happening, over $60 million were unaccounted for. That money is gone. That's generational wealth. Gone. The cracks in Floyd Mayweather's empire didn't just start with real estate. They were already showing years earlier when whispers began circulating that he was failing to pay his exhibition opponents in full. One of the most vocal critics? None other than Logan Paul.
Did you fight Floyd or something?
Yeah.
Did he pay you to lose?
Nah,
What happened to him?
no, he didn't pay me
him at all.
He didn't pay me. I think I won that fight. I think I won. He didn't knock out a YouTuber in 8 rounds.
Floyd's my homie. He's a cool
Well,
dude.
fucking tell him to pay me, bro.
How much you owe you?
Probably between 2 and 3.
Yeah.
After their hyped-up 2021 exhibition bout, Logan repeatedly went public, claiming that Floyd still owed him millions. "Where's my money, Floyd?" became a viral tagline, but behind the memes was a deeper truth. The self-proclaimed Money Mayweather wasn't as liquid as he led fans to believe. Sources close to the deal said Floyd had structured the payments through delayed revenue shares based on pay-per-view numbers, which were far lower than projected. Logan called it the most unprofessional experience he'd ever had in business.
That guy was doing shit in the ring I'd never seen before. Yo, one time I was like hunkered over and I was like by his hip and he kind of had me in a headlock. Motherfucker opens his glove and puts his hand over my mouth.
Stop you breathing.
So I couldn't breathe. I'd never seen this before. And opposite side of the ref. He knew where the ref was. He knew to cover my mouth. Straight up in the middle of the fight, I'm like, and I get up and I'm like, what the fuck? I just missed 2 breaths. Fact. Smart boxer, you know, that's the guy who's been in the ring before. He's smart. He knows his way in and out. No, I got paid. I got paid. Just not in full. Like there's a couple million somehow that is just missing. Where did the money go? Floyd said he could afford a Jeff Bezos-sized jet from the money he made from that fight. I ain't got no fucking jet. What the fuck, dude? I'm missing a couple mil. We're gonna find it, bro. I'll see you in court. The art is happening. Just like, mark my words, we're coming for you, Floyd. We're coming for your millions and the last of your chains.
And it wasn't just him. Other opponents from overseas exhibitions, some lesser-known names from Japan and Dubai, allegedly faced similar issues with delayed wires, bounced checks, and unexplained processing errors. So, what now? According to insiders, Floyd is scrambling to liquidate jewelry, art, and watches just to keep up appearances. But even auction houses are hesitant.
Floyd Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real the crowd booing in the arena at the end. But in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive. But come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse. Your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro.
There's even talk of Floyd trying to launch another exhibition match. But this time, no one's interested. He's been blacklisted from Dubai's financial scene. Japan isn't returning his calls. He might try Africa next, but he's burning bridges everywhere. Langston says he tried to reconnect as a friend, not just an accountant, but Floyd still hasn't called back. Floyd Mayweather didn't go broke overnight. It started years ago with one ignored call, one fake deal, and one ego too big to listen. And now, the man who became boxing's wealthiest icon is staring down a financial nightmare he can't dodge with footwork. Frozen assets, public lawsuits, a collapsing empire. This isn't just a fall from grace. This is what happens when money becomes the myth. And the bills finally catch up.
Floyd Mayweather is bankrupt. At least that's what Logan Paul thinks. Logan hopped on the walkway to Fight Club show, and when he was asked about being paid, he was nothing short of honest.
It's unfortunate because, you know, same Floyd Money Mayweather. Surely I was going to get my check fairly quickly, right? And that didn't happen, so I'm sure it'll come eventually, right? I realized, okay, I'm being strung along. This is a classic, hey, buddy, you're the new guy in this industry. We're going to puppeteer you however we want. Hop on for the ride and shut up. Instead of shutting up, I make fun of him on social media and let everyone know that he doesn't have any money. I kind of joke and I'm facetious and I point the finger at Floyd. Well, I don't know if it's his fault. Maybe a little bit, but something tells me Floyd doesn't control where the money goes. Or maybe he does. I don't know, and I don't really care. I just want my money.
So what happens next? Does Floyd come back swinging with another exhibition fight just to stay afloat? Or is this truly the final round of the Mayweather money era? Let us know what you think in the comments. Was this downfall inevitable? Could someone have stopped it? And if Floyd does come back, will fans still show up? Or has the world finally moved on? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dive boxing breakdowns. I'll catch you in the next one.